Hi everybody, it's Amanda here with Paint a Purpose Coaching, and today's video is a good one. You're gonna love it. So if you are having trouble finding friends as an adult, finding a partner, or connecting to people around you in a really authentic and good way, if you're having to rely on AI and tech to do your socialization for you and it just isn't working, then this video is for you. You're in the right place. So I came up with a few simple steps to be able to connect to anybody ever. And it works. I've been doing this since I was a kid, and there was a time where I didn't do it. And so that didn't work. And I tried what everybody else was doing, and that didn't work. So I went back to the basics of just being just simply authentic. And I'm going to teach you how to do that today. And so a lot of the time, a lot of us move around as grown-ups. It's hard to find friends. It's hard to open up socially. It's hard to, if you've got social anxieties, you've had social awkwardness in your past and you never overcame that. If you've got intimacy issues, if you've been hurt a lot and you're, defensive over your energy and your heart, and you only like certain people around you that are just like you, then chances are you might need to do a little bit of work. So, and chances are you're lonely, really. You might be looking for a partner and you don't know how to find one. The dating apps aren't working. All this other stuff is not working. So we've got to get back to the basics about being human and getting some of our shit fixed so that we're not going around, isolating and protected and scared and, having to book up all the time with people instead of allowing some vulnerability and just being present with people. Back when I was growing up, it's so much easier. We could go and just say, hey, I like you and I want to be friends. Do you want to play with me? It was so much easier, but now we don't do those things. And it's weird to do that as an adult anyway, right? So, a lot of us, I used to know girls who had faced such abandonment or hurt and things in their life, betrayals in their lifetimes, that to be friends with somebody, they literally had to fist fight with them to be able to trust them and know who they were. They're like, oh, they're like me. I get it now. Sometimes they would have to go there to be able to figure that person out. And, that's not the way to connect to people now as a grown up, because that'll land your ass in jail, right? You don't want that. You can't go around doing that stuff. So we've got to heal some of what it is, and we've got to learn how to connect on a real way to people so that we can start socializing again and be really connected instead of just wired for connection. So I'm going to give those to you right now. So the first step is to be able to ask, no matter where you're at, if you are attracted to somebody, or as a friend, or just if you want to date them or whatever. If you're just interested in them and you've heard that they were a cool person to hang around with or something like that, and you're curious about them, then go up and spark a conversation. And then you want to ask them really, really like a pattern interrupting question, which is something like, what's something that you recently overcame that was really traumatic? How did you do that? And if that one's too steep, then be like, I want to ask you something. If you were stranded on a deserted island for 5 years, what are 3 things you would take with you? And you can think I'm weird if you want, but I ask everybody this question. And then just lead with that, or find a different pattern, your own pattern interrupting question if those are weird. Because believe me, I was that person that would ask people weird questions and they would look at me like, is she being an asshole or is she being for real? This is weird. I get it. But but still, I was at least opening the door to connect to them in a very authentic way. And here's the second part of that. You want to ask the question, and then without thinking about what your answer is, or even thinking about yourself and how it relates to you and what you've been through, without talking about yourself or anything else, you want to really, really listen. The biggest thing, the best thing, and it's free, that you can ever give anybody else is your undivided attention. And I'm not talking about, hey, what were you saying? Yeah, none of that shit, y'all. Come on. Be present. People that are always doing this or that and they're just half listening. I'm listening. Go ahead. Walk away from those people. Just walk away from them. If they're not going to give you presents, then they aren't your people. I'm telling you, those people are, you don't want to fool with that. You deserve to have eye contact, and you deserve to give it to people. If you're one of those people, you're going to have to change that, because it's a really lonely road to live on. It's a really lonely street. So give people authentic eye contact. Breathe. Don't think about what you got going on next. Really connect to them. Really listen. Listen intently with your body, everything you've got. Just open mind. Just really feel whatever it is that they're telling you. You know, be present for them. That's the biggest gift you can offer anybody. That's what real friendship and connection is. That's where you get it. That's the meat of what we're talking about. And we're so busy nowadays, but that's not an excuse. We are humans first before we're busy, you know. Come on, right? So the next thing is reflect the beauty that you see. Anytime you see somebody that's ugly, or they're dirty, or they're nothing like you, they just, you know, you're disgusted by them or whatever. The important thing is to tap into seeing something beautiful about them. I have never in my entire life, even if I was a jerk when I was a kid and going along with the crowd making fun of somebody, I never, ever really thought anybody was ugly. I have never seen an ugly dog, animal, face, nothing, person. Everybody has beautiful in them. And if you treat people and respond to them like, and look at them like they are God wrapped in a human form, that's what I'm talking about. If you treat people with that in mind, people are going to flock to that energy. They're going to enjoy it, and they're going to see you for your authentic self, and you're going to see them for their authentic selves. That's how you connect. I mean, how would you show up if you looked at everybody like they were God wrapped in human form? That's what we've got to do. So, you know, just reflect the beauty that you see. You know, see something, and if you do see somebody that you are attracted to as a friend, or you want to get to know them better, or you just like them, you see something of familiarity in them or something like that, that's great, because what that means is you have it to be able to see it in them. And it's mirrored, right? Life, we're mirrors. So something else I just wanted to bring up is a lot of times nowadays, you know, you've got people that have been married and people that are in relationships, and they forgot how to connect with each other. And what they do is they go to proximity to get their needs met, because they can't connect anymore to the person they're with. And that's where you start to see cheating, you start to see porn addiction, and people going outside of the relationship and things like that. That's not healthy. We got to get back to basics. That's going to wreck everything, and you're going to feel like crap. If you don't, then we really need to do some work, okay? Because that's a problem. But, and I'm not judging, I'm just saying there might be some stuff you need to work on. But the thing is being able to really, really, you know, just tune back in and be able to deal, you know, that's where the coaching part comes in, is where you are working on your vulnerability, you're working on the social anxiety, you're working on the intimacy issues, the past hurts, you're getting rid of that, you're changing the energy around your communication, you're showing up more authentic, you're releasing the future, you're releasing your worries about the future, you're releasing your stuff about the past and trying to rewrite history, and you are in present moment. You are opening up your heart chakra, and all of these things happen when you start working on this stuff. You know, you're able to be vulnerable again, and you're strong in it. It's not like I'm trying to be vulnerable, you know, it's like I'm vulnerable and it feels good and I'm unafraid and I can connect to people again. I can be intimate again with people and the person that I want to connect with and my spouse. And, you know, and in that process, when you start doing your work, you find out maybe they're not right for you anymore or whatever. But we've got to get back to the basics of it. And that is why I wanted to share that with you today. I hope some of what I said resonated with you. And if any of you are struggling with any of this stuff, please DM me. I've got a free one-on-one clarity session that we can sit down and we can go over what your ambitions and your goals are and see how we can get to them. I also have packages for every single budget. So, guys, come on. You know, it's time for us to do our work and time for us to connect as humans again instead of relying on all these apps that are not really working for us anyway. So anyway, I love you all. I hope to see you soon. Bye.